God is a God of generations. He works generationally, he builds generationally, and he wants to be known generationally. A promise he ordained for 1,000 generations. That means it's not going to run out on you. You don't have the corner on God, but he's much bigger and broader and more diverse than what you know. Well, that means that they should be doing it the way we did it. The focus is on who God is and what God has done, not on what we've done for God. Our emphasis on you being the generation was huge. You're going to be the generation that's going to be everything that is needed to be to deliver the world from everything. You're it. What did we miss? If we haven't raised up the next generation, then we're not ready for what's coming. We are not in this for ourselves, but for future generations. And so
the Bible is a generational book. The generation should be our primary responsibility. It's talking about all of us and our heart and our involvement in teaching and training the next generation. He's not going to hide the past from the next generation. He's going to use it for their teaching and training. You've got to learn from the past. God is a generational God because God is a God of relationship. We don't have to repeat the sins of our fathers. Sins do not have to be passed down. We don't have to live with generational curses and sins. Leave it better than you found it. What are you imparting to the next generation?
God gives us the ability and the power to break off generational curses. You can break the way that things pass from generation to generation. You can break those. Jesus is anointed to set the captives free. He comes to break every chain of injustice. And you can break curses through Christ. We are in danger of losing out on where God's going when we idolize what God has done. It's not about the method that God uses. It's going to look different than it did in your generation. Don't get tangled up in the method. We think the way we think is the normal way to think, and everybody else should think this way, and if they don't, they're just so dumb. That's the dumbest thing. I was trying to figure out a nice way to say that. Clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. These are the things that are going to change the world. My goal for us out of this series is that we begin to extend love and grace towards all age groups. If you begin to let God change your perspective and you begin to seek understanding, it says apply your heart to understanding, like go after it hard. We can break those judgments.
What God's heart is, his plan, his intention, it has always been that it would be a perpetual moving of him in people's lives, one generation to the next, that the succeeding generation wouldn't have to reinvent the wheel, so to speak, but that each one would be able to build on the ceiling of the previous generation. If there's not empowerment that's passed on, generally leads to entitlement.
Come on, it's just bonkers, but it's true. God looks at you and me, and more accurately, he looks at us and goes, that's my bride. I want to only be with her for the rest of eternity because she's the one I love. That passage is talking about me. Cool, the Bible's talking about me, because that's, maybe you've never made that thought, but I read the verse and it says, you do this, you do that, you blah, blah. I think it's helping me, it's giving me a way to live, it's helping me understand my relationship with God, it's helping me, and it is, don't get me wrong. But here's the thing. The vast majority of times the word you is used in the New Testament, it's actually you plural. All y'all? I think that's a phrase, right? Apparently it's all y'all. Yeah. They don't hear it as an individual. They hear it as a local church, as a body, as the bride of Christ. He builds a family church that is the body of Christ.
Told somebody I wasn't going to dump things on the stage, and I did. Darn it. We want to be a display of his grace, not just to our children, but to the world. This is what we do at Restoration Church. We have healing prayer ministry. We have encounter ministry where you can really deal with some of these issues instead of living your whole life struggling. If you know of places in your life that need healed, don't wait. You can be vulnerable with people. Be willing to do the hard work of healing. You will leave a legacy generation after generation of people who are willing to walk in healing.
You don't have to do what other generations are called to do. You don't have to fight the battles of the next generation. All you have to do is train them how to fight. Because it's God who gives us the victory. It's not your training and teaching anyways, but we have to prepare the next generation.
Like our kids are all going to have to fight their own battles. We can't fight their battles for them, but we can sure leave them a template to follow.